Hey guys, I wanted to quickly go through with you about what you're expected to do today, October 27th, and tomorrow, October 28th. You have in your notebook these pictures that we gave you yesterday with all these little cards. You need to read each card and decide where it belongs. For example, this card right here. This card right here says two boys get into a fist fight because they disagree over which book is best. So, what does that fall under? Does that fall under man versus himself, man versus society, man versus nature, or man versus man? Well, it's man versus man. So, you'd put that right here. You're going to go through each of these and put them in the right spot and paste them in your notebook. You also were given a different page. You were given this one. This one, it's real important that you do two things. You're going to choose a character. You may choose either um, Priyanka's mother, Priyanka's aunt, or Priyanka. You're going to put her name up here. You're going to put the title of the book, story, the story title, which is Pashmina. And then you're going to we're going to be thinking about what kind of character is this person. And you're going to be doing that by looking at the things that she thinks, the words that she says, the feelings that she has, the choices that she makes, and the actions that she takes. And you're going to give me text example. So you're going to write whatever's in the book. It may be a description of a picture, because in this book, we don't see any thought bubbles. This whole book is told through third person narrative. So all we have is text box with what is said, but we really don't see inside the heads of people. We do see their facial expressions, we do see their body language, and so even though you don't have the thoughts, you can talk about body language. For example, on when she is talking to her friend Eddie, we've talked about body language before, like in this picture right here. Let's see if you can see that. In this picture, let's see, this picture right up here, you can see that she is walking by herself. She's got her arms crossed tightly together. She feels alone and she doesn't feel like she fits in. You can gather that from her body language. So that's kind of what her thoughts are. So I would say on page 5, her thoughts are that she feels lonely and sad because her body language, with her arms crossed and her shoulders hunched down, she's thinking lonely thoughts. Okay? Then you can also go by her words. What things does she say? What words does she say? So when she says to her mother, let's see, Mom, just answer. What do you know about her when she says, Mom, just answer? When she says something like that, how is she talking to her mother? How is she feeling? So you're going to put down on page 49, she uses angry words with her mother by saying, Mom, just answer. What does this infer about her? So you're going to go through and you're going to choose a thought. You're going to choose a thought. You're going to choose feelings, words that she expresses, feelings that she shows when she feels guilty, when she makes the choice of taking the money and going to India, and her actions when she tells her aunt, "Give me the pashmina, I'm going in." What kind of choice? What does that say about her? So you're going to look at all of these different things, and you're going to make an inference about the character of the person that you chose. Based on her thoughts, what can you infer as to the kind of person she is? Is she kind? Is she an introvert? Is she shy? Is she confident? Is she lacking confidence? Make an inference over here. I did complete in my copy of the book some examples. You cannot use my examples. If you write down the examples I have in my book, you will get it wrong. but that's an example. Those are examples that you can use. Um, so then the next thing I want you to know is that by Friday, by Monday, you need to have all of these questions that I've given you, plus the graphic novel project completed. I'm hoping that you have it all completed by Monday. So go through all of these things and make sure you've answered all the questions. Make sure you've completed the notebook. Um, Make sure you may work with a friend. You may not work on anything else until all of this is done. And you need to have Miss Vicky check your work to make sure that it's done. All right. If you have it all done, then you may go and work on something else. Now, this new thing that I've given you is a graphic novel project. Um, and the way we do that, let's see. Oops, that's the one I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the actual project. It's in your folder. Uh, and the instructions, here are the instructions. Now remember, you guys, you don't need that picture right there. I can delete that. If you need translation, click on the box, go to the add-ons, go down to Slide Translator, translate the text box, choose the language you want it translated into, and then translate it. All the instructions will be right there for you in your own language, all right? There should be no reason why you don't understand the assignment. There are the project, the directions, and the steps. Here's a way for you to brainstorm. So you're going to write a short story. Think about a short story. You can tell a story about something that happens at school. You can make up a story about something that happened in another place, in a fantasy world. You choose the setting. It can be any setting you want. It could be a school, a football game. It could be in the park. It could be on a mountain. Choose your conflict. Who are you going to be conflicting with? So you're going to go through this whole brainstorming activity to figure out what you're doing for your story, and then you're going to plot out your story. You're going to decide what the setting is, what are all the important rising actions. Like it was important for Uncle Jatan to say, I'm not going to be able to spend as much time with you, because that's what started her feeling like she didn't fit in. And then because of that feeling, what did she do? Well, she went and put on the pashmina and saw India, and then decided that she wanted to go to India. Then she started pestering her mom to go to India. Her teacher put her in a contest where she could win money, and she did win money. And she continued to ask her mom to go to India. And the more she put on the pashmina, the more she wanted. So you have all that rise in action. Remember, your person has to have a problem. The problem that Pashmina had is that she did not fit in. She needed to fit in. She needed to feel like she belonged. That's why she needed to find out more about her culture. So when she felt like she had a purpose and belonged, that's when the climax happened. That's when things switched for her, when she was able to now see that she had a place to belong and a purpose to do. Her purpose was to help Shakti, help women make choices. And then you have all the fallen action, all the wrapping up. Well, the wrapping up was Masi had her baby, the Pashmina continued to help other women make choices, and Priyanka embraced her name and embraced her culture and wrote a comic book that shared her culture with other people. That's all the fallen action. So you need to have the same kind of thing going on in your story. Now, this next slide is your storyboard. You got to think about what's going to happen in your first frame, your next frame. Just talk it out. You're going to probably have to have between 12 to 15 slides to do that. And you don't have to do 15, but you need to do at least 10. Now, to do your final product, you're going to go to this site called Pixton. Oops. Pigskin is really fun. It's right over here. There's a here's the one that I made. Um, I've had a guy who lost his dog, and somebody else said that the dog belonged to them. Now, when you get here, you are not going to be able to take this and put it in to your project. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to get the snipping button out, make a new snip, and you're going to take a snip of each frame that you make, and then you're going to go back and you're going to paste it in to your storyboard. All right, take it, copy it, and then go back over to your graphic novel where you have your final product, and then you're going to put it right here. Paste. Okay, that's how that's going to work. You are going to cut and paste each of your frames and put it right in here. All right. It may not fit perfect, but you just do the best you can. So you're going to use this as your guide. Your comic book is going to be right in here on this page using the snipping button. The way you get the snipping button is you come over here to your apps, and if you don't see the snipping tool, because I use it so much, it's right here. You can just type it in right here, snipping, and then it will come up, and then you can use it, okay? That is going to be more than you're going to be able to do in this short amount of time. I know that 2 days may not be enough, but we'll have lots of time. We'll make time if we need more time to do that. Oh, go away. Just close it. All right. So I think that we have covered everything. Here is my final comic book. I wanted to share that with you. It just looks like it's a lot of fun. You might even decide that this is a lot of fun to do. When you're over here making a pigskin, let me see if I can go back. You can create. When you create, you get to choose your background. I'm sorry, I'm in a garage right now. I have a really bad connection. You can choose any background you want. Then you can choose your characters. You get to build your characters. I'm going to not go through this whole thing. You can choose your focus, the way the characters are going to be positioned. I'm just going to take this lady just so we can get her going. Then you can take the focus. I can have her walking like that. You can see her over walking. I can give her words. I can say, "Who is there?" All right. I'm going to be looking for it being written correctly. So that should have a question mark, and that should be all because she's screaming it. Who is there? Who is there? All right. You got to make sure you check it. You can change your face. So she's kind of nervous. All right. So you can create, and then you add another panel. All right. And you can change her up. You can add a character. Let's see. Let's add a bad character. Who's a scary guy? We'll make it an army girl. All right. And we're going to bring her over here. We're going to change her her focus. She's going to be right there. They're going to be talking to us. All right. You'll have a lot of fun with it. Okay. I hope that you enjoy this assignment. It should be a lot of fun. Play around with it, and I will see you on Monday. All right. Also, try to get some Lexia time. Gotta love that Lexia. All right. Bye, guys.